the price advertised really is the best price that we can do, but if you're looking for the best price, have you been to the authorized dealer? Oh God, no. Everyone knows that you can't possibly go to the authorized dealer. You can't possibly buy a Rolex at retail nowadays. Have you tried? And that's the question. Guys, have you tried? Have you actually tried? Have you made the effort to put the graft in at the authorized dealer to get your dream watch at retail? Because on this channel we talk about watches as investments, and obviously we refer a lot to the secondary market price or the fair market value. But really the best deal that you can get is at the authorized dealers. You've got to be in it to win it. So stop moaning, and this is a guide on how I schmoozed the authorized dealers with this particular piece. A Rolex Datejust 41mm with Wimbledon dial, Jubilee bracelet and flat bezel. I'm Watch Investor Vinny and welcome back to the channel. So, kicking off, dress smartly. Now, first impressions obviously always matter, so make sure that you dress up in decent looking clothes and that you're presentable, because like it or not, people will make a judgment on how you look. First impressions matter. Make sure that you are wearing attire that is at least smart casual, and don't go after you've finished the gym session, for example, looking like you need a shower. The important thing is for the sales reps is that they want to see people in their store that are presentable and fit with that brand image. Be personable and build a relationship. You're not going to go to the top of the wait list if you walk in there arrogant. If you go straight to the sales rep and say, have you got any root beers available? Have you got a Submariner? I want to buy a Submariner. Is there anybody that has pulled out of buying one and you've just had one shipped in? Can I buy that from you, please? Obviously not, because they get tons of people walking in there every single day that ask the same thing. And if you walk in there straight away with that question, straight away you've pretty much blacklisted yourself. What's important is that you try to build a rapport with them. So have a conversation, start off with talking about who you are, what your watch collection is, where you want to move next in your watch collection, what your job entails. If they've got anything in the shop window, actually make an effort to show that you're serious. Ask to sit down with a piece they've got in the shop window and just try it on. Make sure that you do your best to build that relationship with one of the sales reps. When you frequent the store, you go to the same person and talk about lots of different subjects, not just watches or not just Rolexes, maybe, as I said before, other brands that they sell. Have a little bit of knowledge about those as well and discuss what's currently in your collection. Let them know really what type of a collector you are. You need to go in there knowing which particular Rolexes, what list of 2 or 3 pieces that you've decided after careful thought will fit best in your collection and fit best with your personality or lifestyle. And if you show that you understand that, and you understand that there's a process behind buying a watch more than just you like it, because everyone likes Rolex. And by doing that, you build a stronger relationship over time. They know exactly what it is you want. They know exactly what you're about, your personality. Be knowledgeable about the Rolex brand. If you're knowledgeable about Rolex, then it will stand you a good stead going forward. Do you know anything about the particular model that you want to put your name down for? Does it have any relevance to you? Or do you work in a laboratory, so you've elected to choose in Milgauss? Do you know what that means? That it's resistant to 1000 Gauss and houses in a Faraday cage? Do you know Rolex jargon? Now, of course, there's a lot of Rolex jargon and very specific words that Rolex uses that no one else uses. There's a complete language in the Rolex catalogue that most non-watch collectors or people that don't work in the industry won't have a clue what it means. What is the difference between a Jubilee bracelet and an Oyster bracelet? What is the difference between Oyster steel and standard 316 Al steel? These are all things that will impress your authorized dealer. If you have an appreciation and understanding of that, it makes their life easier, and also it shows that you're passionate and interested in the brand and excited about it, and not just passionate, interested and excited about the money you might make if you come to flip it as you walk out the door. Walk into the authorized dealer wearing a fine watch. Now obviously this doesn't have to be another Rolex. If you walk in there with a watch that you've already got in your collection and you have reasons why you bought that particular watch and reasons why it fits into your collection. Obviously everyone has got a story. Everybody went on this magical journey of exploring which next watch is right for them. All of these things, these specifications and reasons why you bought that piece that you are wearing as you walk into the Rolex store builds a story, and it's a story that you can tell to the authorized dealer, and they can see as well that you are an enthusiast. You're somebody who's got a collection and is looking to add to your collection and trying to buy that Rolex from them at retail price, rather than someone who isn't necessarily into watches at all, which there are many. It shows that you understand what it means to wear a watch, why it is so much more than just a device for telling the time, why it's an expression of your style, your personality, and that tells them even more of a story about you. Obviously, if you frequent the store as well wearing the same watch, it will give the authorized dealer a level of confidence that you're not just after that Submariner or Daytona to flip it. Be a man of your word. Serious and sincere. I cannot stress this enough. In this industry where there's so much money going around, there's lots of people full of BS that make promises. I'll come to collect it tomorrow, I'll come next week, and they make arrangements and they don't keep to their word. Keeping to your word and being serious and sincere is crucial, because the authorized dealer, you've got to remember, has got a list of hundreds of people that are after that particular piece. And if you get that phone call and you're not there within the next 24 hours, at the end of the day, they just want to sell pieces as easily as they can. It's a job for them, and they don't want their job to be harder by having to ring people who are going to waste their time. So don't waste their time. Stick to your word. Make it known that you'll leave your wife's birthday party, anniversary meal, or birth of your first child to get there to buy that Rolex on time when you've agreed to. And don't keep changing your mind. Decide which pieces you want to put your name down for. And that doesn't mean to walk in there and say, I want a Datejust first, I want a Pepsi, I want a Submariner, I want a root beer, and then when I can afford it, I want to move into gold pieces, so I want to get a green dial Daytona. They're not going to put you on the list of those things. Think of 2 or 3 pieces. Be realistic, have a reason behind why you want those particular pieces, why they fit into the rest of your collection very well, and don't keep changing your mind. Stick to it. Weigh up which particular models you believe you might have more of a chance in getting. So a Yachtmaster 40, for example, you might have more chance in securing than anything in the GMT range. So maybe think about putting your name down for one of those. Think of more left of field options. When you take that opportunity to put your name down for several of them, it cannot be a list of the most sought after pieces that everybody wants, because it shows that you've not thought about and carefully considered which pieces you want. Show your face semi-regularly. Don't irritate them by turning up there every week. Maybe only turn up once a month or every other month, just so that your face at least is known and it's shown that you are serious. If you go in there and you put your name down for a particular piece, express an interest, and don't turn up for another 6 months or a year, they're not going to remember who you are. And they come across your name when the time comes and they don't even remember, they can't put a face to that name, then it's game over for you straight away. So there you are, a tried, tested and proven successful guide on how to secure your dream Rolex at retail from the authorized dealer. It isn't rocket science, and like with anything in life, with persistency, hard work and the right approach, you can do it. I've been watching Investor Vinny, and thanks for joining me on the channel. Remember to check out beatthewaitlist-watches.com. In the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Take care.